minus 2 meter per second square. Okay, so let us take, this is a train, its length is 350 meter and it started moving rectilinearly with acceleration omega is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second square. So here u is equal to 0, a is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second square. Then it says t is equal to 30 seconds after the start, the locomotive headlight is switched on. Okay, so let us take after t is equal to 30 seconds, the front of the train is somewhere like this. Okay, so we have to calculate this distance. So after t is equal to 30 seconds, what is the velocity of the train? V is equal to u plus at. So u is 0, a is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 into t is 30 seconds after. So it is like 90 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second, that is 0.9 meter per second. Okay, so at this position the train is going in this direction with velocity 0.9 meter per second. Okay, so then we have to calculate this distance. So how can we calculate this distance? S is equal to ut plus half at square. So here I am writing S is equal to ut plus half at square. U is 0, that is initially the velocity is 0. So ut is 0 plus half at square. Half into acceleration is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 into t square, that is into 30 square. So how much is it? Half into acceleration into t square. Okay, then it will be like 13.5 meter. Okay, so this distance we have found that 13.5 meter. Okay, so this is event 1. Then it says tau is equal to 60 seconds after that event, the tail signal light is switched on. So after covering this distance, the headlight is turned on, that is the light which is here is turned on. But after 60 seconds from this event, it is said that the tail signal light is switched on. So let us say after 60 seconds, the train is somewhere like this. Okay. So in this event, the light which is in the back side of the train is switched on. So for the second event, the initial position is this, the final position is this. If we are taking the headlight condition, then initially the headlight is at this position and finally we have to calculate this distance. So how can we calculate this distance? The initial velocity for second event is how much? 0.9 meter per second. T is 60 seconds. So this distance is, let us take this distance as s1 and this distance is s2. So s2 is how much? Ut, that is 0.9 into 60 plus half a into t square, that is 60 square. If you calculate this, then it is gonna come like 108 meter. Okay, so this distance is, we have calculated 108 meter. So the question is, find the distance between these two events in the reference frame fixed to the train and to the earth. Okay, so all these events which we are calculating here, that is fixed to the earth. That is, let us say I am standing here and I am watching this train is moving in this direction. So for me, the initial velocity of the train is 0 and after 30 seconds it will cover 13.5 meter and the final velocity for event 1 is 0.9 meter per second. For me, all these events are occurring. And for the second event, the distance covered by the train is how much? 108 meter from the initial position. Okay, so all these events which are happening happening, it is being observed by me, that is from yacht frame. Okay. So for yacht frame, the headlight is turned on after 13.5 meter, and after 108 meter the tail light is switched on. Okay, so all these events are happening with respect to me, that is with respect to the yacht frame. So we have to calculate the distance between these two events. Means we have to calculate the distance between these two events. That is when the locomotive headlight is switched on and when the tail light is switched on. Remember it, I am telling with respect to yacht frame. Okay, so we have to calculate this distance. So how can we calculate this distance? So here the total length of the train is how much? 350 meter. So here it is 350 meter. Here it also it is 350 meter, and here it also it is 350 meter. So the total length of the train is how much? 350 meter. Okay. So this distance we have calculated, that is 108 meter. After the headlight is switched on, the train has to travel 108 meter to experience the second event. So this length is 108 meter. So how much is this length? How much is this length? This is total length is 350 meter. This length is 108 meter. How much is this length? So this is 350 minus 108. 350 minus 108, distance between these two events with respect to yacht frame. Okay. So it is how much? 242 meter. So all these events which I am calculating here are with respect to yacht frame. Okay. So next we have to calculate the frame fixed to the train. Okay. So let us say I am inside the train. Okay. So the train is traveling in this direction. So after 30 seconds or after 60 seconds or after 1 hour, I will be at the same position where I was before, because I am inside the train and I am traveling with the train velocity. So I cannot experience any velocity for myself. So as after 30 seconds the locomotive headlight is turned on, I am at the same position. Let us say I am inside the train and I am at this position. Okay. So after 30 seconds, when the train has covered 13.5 meter and reached here, I will be at the same position, that is here, inside the train. Okay. So after again 60 seconds, after covering this much distance, that is 13.5 meter, and after 108 meter, I will be at the same position inside the train. Okay. So for me, as I am inside the train, after 30 seconds when the locomotive headlight is turned on, and after 60 seconds when the tail signal light is turned on, how much will be the distance between these two events? It will be the train length distance. That is, for me, when the headlight is turned on and the tail light is turned on, I am at the same position inside the train. So for me, the distance between these events is how much? The train length, that is 350 meter. Okay. So the distance between these two events in the reference frame fixed to the train is how much? 350 meter, and to the yacht frame is how much? 242 meter. Okay. So the next question is, how and at what constant velocity v relative to yacht must a certain reference frame k move for the two events to occur in it at the same point. Okay. So I am now wiping this. So we have to calculate the velocity v relative to the yacht in a reference frame in which the two events will occur at the same point. Okay. So we have to calculate the constant velocity v relative to the yacht in a certain frame k for which the two events has to occur at the same point. So to experience these events at the same point, the reference frame has to move in this direction. Okay. So this reference frame is k. Let us say it is moving in this direction with velocity v. Okay. So at this instant, in this point, it will experience the events where the headlight is turned on. Okay. After traveling this distance, it will again experience at the same point the tail light is turned on. Okay. So to experience these two events at the same point, it has to cover how much distance? This distance. So this distance is how much? The train is 350 meter. This is 108 meter. So 350 minus 108 is 242 meter. That is the distance between two events with respect to earth frame. So to experience these two events at the same point, it has to move in this direction or cover 242 meter with velocity v. We also know that the time difference between these two events is how much? 60 seconds. Because after traveling 30 seconds, that is after reaching here, the locomotive headlight is switched on. Then after traveling 60 seconds, the tail signal light is switched on. Means the time difference between these two events is how much? 60 seconds. Okay? So this reference frame which is moving in this direction, it has to cover this distance, that is 242 meter distance in 60 seconds. That is to experience these two events, this reference frame K has to move in this direction. That is, it has to cover this length, that is 242 meter length in 60 seconds. So that the two events will occur at the same point. Okay? So we have taken here, it is moving in this direction with constant velocity v. So v is how much? Distance divided by time. That is 242 divided by 60. So it is how much? So it has velocity 4.033 meter per second. So the next question is, an elevator car whose floor to ceiling distance is 2.7 meter starts ascending with constant acceleration 1.2 meter per second square. 2 seconds after the start, a bolt begins falling from the ceiling of the car. Okay? So let us take, this is the elevator car, this is floor and this is ceiling. This length is 2.7 meter. Okay, it is started moving in upward direction, that is it is ascending with acceleration 1.2 meter per second square. So 2 seconds after the start, a bolt begins falling from the ceiling of the car. So initially its velocity is 0 and the final velocity is how much? V is equal to u plus 30. So u is 0 plus a is how much? 1.2 into t is how much? 2 seconds, means 2.4 meter per second. Let us take, it has reached, this elevator has reached at some point like this after 2 seconds, and from this floor ceiling the bolt started falling in this direction. Okay, so the bolt started falling means its initial velocity is 0. Always remember one thing, that when any particle started falling, or we can consider free fall of any particle, then the initial velocity of that particle is always 0. Okay, so its initial velocity is 0. So the question is, find the bolt's free fall time, the displacement and the distance covered by the bolt during the free fall in the reference frame fixed to the elevator shaft. So elevator shaft means ground. Okay. So let us take, I am standing somewhere at this position which is fixed to the ground, that is I am in earth frame. So for me, this elevator is going in this direction, and after 2 seconds when the elevator is at this position, this particle started falling in this direction. So the initial velocity of the particle is 0. But for me, as I am in the earth frame, for me, as the elevator is going in this direction with velocity 2.4 meter per second. So this bolt is also started moving in this direction with velocity 2.4 meter per second. Okay. So let us take, the bolt is also started moving in this direction with velocity 2.4 meter per second. Okay. So let us take, after covering d distance, its velocity is 0. Okay. So this distance is d, and after covering this distance, its velocity comes to 0. Why its velocity comes to 0? Because we know that gravity is always pulling the particle downward. So for this particle, gravity is always downward. But as the elevator is moving in this direction, initially the bolt also started moving in this direction. For have mean. Okay. So as gravity is pulling the board downward, after traveling d distance, its velocity comes to 0. So after its velocity comes to 0, what will it do? It falls downward. So let us take after time t. Okay. Let us take after time t. When the board reaches this position, the elevator is at this position. Okay. So to reach this position from this position, let us take it requires t time. Okay. So for me, after t time, the displacement of the board is how much? This is the displacement of the board after t time, because remember one thing that displacement is the shortest distance between the 2 points. So initially the board is at this position and finally the board is at this position, that is it has reached the floor of the elevator. So it is F and it is C. Okay. So let us take this point is X and this point is Y. Okay. And this point is Z. Okay. So the displacement is how much? XY. So S is equal to ut plus half at square. Remember one thing, this formula always tells you about the displacement. Okay. So displacement is xy, displacement of the board, okay, is xy is equal to ut. Initial velocity is in this direction. So let us take this direction, negative direction, and this direction, that is the gravity direction is positive direction. Okay. So ut is minus 2.4 into t plus half. A is how much for board? A is in this direction, that is gravity, which is pulling the board downward. 9.8 into t square. Okay. So this is 2.40 plus 4.9 t square. Okay. So xy, that is the displacement of the board, is how much? Minus 2.40 plus 4.9 t square. Okay. So next we have to calculate in this t time how much this elevator moves. Okay. So initially the elevator is at this position. After time t, it has moved to this position. So this is floor. So we have to calculate this Fy displacement. So displacement is Fy, that is ut plus half at square. So the elevator is going in this direction with velocity 2.4 meter per second. So for the elevator, 2.4 t, that is ut plus half into a is in this direction, that is 1.2 meter per second square. 1.2 into t square, ut plus half at square. So this is for the elevator length, that is how much the elevator covers in t time. Okay. 2.4 t plus 0.6 t square. So Fy we have calculated. We have also calculated this xy distance. So this xy plus this Fy is how much? This total elevator length, that is the distance between floor to ceiling. Okay. So xy plus Fy is equal to L, that is 2.7 meter total elevator length. Okay. So this plus this is equal to L, that is 2.7 minus 2.40 plus 4.9 t square plus 2.40 plus 0.6 t square is equal to 2.7 meter. Here minus 2.40 and plus 2.40 cancel out. So how much it is left? 4.9 t square plus 0.6 t square, that is 5.5 t square is equal to 2.7. Okay. So t is how much? 2.7 divided by 5.5. Okay. If you calculate this, it comes like 0.700 something like this. So we can round up it to 0.7 second. Okay. So the first question is solved. That is the board's free fall time is 0.7 second. Okay. the next question is the displacement and the distance covered by the board during the free fall in the reference frame fixed to the elevator shaft, means fixed to the ground, that is fixed to the yard frame. Okay, so displacement is how much? We have calculated here the displacement, that is minus 2.40 plus 4.90 square. So free fall time, we have calculated here, that is 0.7 second. So simply you have to put this t in this equation. Okay, so by putting this 0.7 in this equation, you can find the displacement xy, that is the displacement covered by the board during the free fall, that is you can find this xy length. Okay, so again we have to calculate the distance covered by the board. So how much is the distance? This d plus zy. So the distance is d plus zy. So d plus zy means how much? Zx plus xy. Xy we have already found from here, xy distance. So zx is equal to d. From this velocity to reach the velocity 0, how much distance it has covered? That is d is equal to zx. So means 2d, that is d plus zx plus xy, means d plus d is equal to 2d plus xy. Okay, so now we have to calculate this d distance, because we have already calculated this xy length. We have to only calculate d length. So for me, as I am in the yard frame, the initial velocity of this board is how much? 2.4 meter per second in this direction, that is this velocity. So to reach here, the velocity should be 0, so that it again started falling in this direction. Okay, so here the initial velocity is 2.4 meter per second and the final velocity will be 0. So d distance is how much? D square minus u square is equal to 2as. So v square, v means the final velocity square. So here we have taken the final velocity is 0, that is v dash square minus u is the initial velocity, u square is equal to 2as. So as is here d distance, so it is d. That means d is equal to how much? V dash square minus u square divided by 2a. Okay, so v dash is 0. So 0 square minus u square. U square is 2.4 meter per second. We have assumed that for me, for yard frame, this direction is negative. We have assumed here. So it will be plus. Okay, minus u square. We have assumed that this direction is negative. So it will be minus into minus is equal to plus. Plus u square. U square is how much? 2.4 square divided by 2 into a. So for me, that is for yard frame, the gravity is pulling this board downward, so that the velocity will be 0 in this point. So in this direction, it will be positive, that is 2 into 9.8. Okay, so if you calculate this, then it comes like 0.29 something. Okay, so this distance is, we have calculated 0.29. So this distance is also 0.29. So 2 into 0.29 plus xy. Okay, so if you calculate this, then it comes across 0.721. Okay, and the total this, that is 2 into 0.29 is 0.58 plus 0.721. So it is 1.301. So round up this and it is across 1.3 meter. Okay, so the distance covered by the board during the free fall in the reference frame fixed to the elevator shaft, that is to the ground, is 1.3 meter, and the displacement is how much? Xy, that is 0.721 meter, and the time, that is the boat's free fall time, is how much? 0.7 second. Okay, so the elevator shaft means the ground to which the elevator is attached. Okay, so this is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.